If you've got an iPad, you already know how to tap an app to open it and maybe use the home button, if your iPad still has one, to get back to the main screen. But here's the thing, Apple built a whole set of finger gestures into the iPad that most people never discover. And once you know them, you'll get around your iPad much faster, without so much frustration and without hunting for buttons or backing out of apps one screen at a time. Today, I'll show you 7 of my favorite iPad gestures. They work on any iPad running a reasonably modern version of iPad OS. That covers just about every iPad made in the last several years. So grab your iPad, follow along, and by the end of this video, you'll be swiping around like a pro. Hi, my name is Rich and I make easy to follow videos on how to use your iPhone and iPad, without going nuts. Today's video is pretty simple too. My guess is you may know some of these gestures, but probably not all of them. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I know you'll like the last tip probably best of all. Every time I include that tip in a video, I get more comments than you can believe. Okay, let's get started. Let's start with one of my favorites because it saves so much time. Normally, if you want to switch from, say, your Reminders app to Safari, you'd close one and open the other from the home screen. But you don't have to. Place 4 fingers on the screen at the same time, right in the middle works well, and swipe to the left. And watch what happens. It slides you straight into the next app you had open. Swipe again and it moves to the one after that. Now, swipe with 4 fingers to the right and it takes you back the other way. Think of it like flipping through a stack of open books on your desk. Each swipe turns to the next one without you needing to close anything or go back to the home screen in between. This is fantastic when you're going back and forth between, say, an email in your calendar or a recipe in your Notes app. Practice it a couple of times. 4 fingers down, swipe left, swipe right. It feels a little unusual the first time, but it becomes second nature fast. Next up, let's talk about getting back to the home screen, that main screen with all your app icons. If your iPad has a home button, you already know you can press that, but there's a gesture that does the same thing, and it works no matter which iPad you have. Put all 5 fingers on the screen, spread out a bit, touching anywhere on whatever app you're in, and pinch them together, like you're grabbing a handful of sand. The app you're in will shrink down and pop you right back to the home screen. This one's great because you don't have to reach for the button or find an edge of your screen. Wherever your hand happens to be on the screen, you can just pinch and you're home. Give it a try. Open any app, pinch your fingers together, and watch it shrink back to your icons. Now here's a handy one for quickly jumping to your favorite apps without leaving what you're doing. At the very bottom of your iPad, you have the dock. That's where Safari, Reminders, Photos, and other frequently used apps usually live. Even when you're inside another app, you can bring the dock up. Just place 1 finger at the very bottom edge of the screen, right where the screen meets the bezel, the border, and swipe up just a little bit and then stop. Don't swipe all the way up, just a short flick upward. The dock appears right over whatever you're doing, and from there, you can tap any app icon in the dock to jump straight into it. This is perfect for quickly checking messages or hopping into photos without fully closing what you're working on. 1 finger, bottom edge, short swipe up. This next one is similar to tip 1, but instead of jumping directly to the next app, it shows you everything you have open at once, like a deck of cards laid out in front of you. Place all your fingers on the screen and pinch together and then stop. Not from the very bottom edge, just from wherever your fingers land. This brings up something called the app switcher. You'll see all your recently used apps as little cards. You can scroll through side to side. And from here, you can tap on any card to jump straight into that app. If you want to close an app completely, swipe that card upward and off the top of the screen. This is really useful if an app is acting slow or frozen. Closing it this way and reopening it often fixes that problem. It's also just a nice visual way to see everything you've got going at once, instead of guessing which direction to swipe like in tip 1. Here's a small one that saves a surprising amount of scrolling. Let's say you're reading a long web page or scrolling through a big email or note or looking through a long list of photos and you've scrolled way down. Instead of swiping your finger over and over to get back to the top, there's a shortcut. Just tap once at the very top edge of the screen, right at the top border near where the time is displayed. Just tap and the page instantly jumps back to the very top. Now, sometimes I found that you have to tap twice, so keep that in mind. This works in Safari, Mail, Photos, Settings, and most apps that scroll. It's such a small thing, but once you start using it, you'll wonder how you live without it. Try it next time you're scrolling through something long. Just tap the top edge instead of swiping back up. This next gesture is one that a lot of people don't know exists, and it's real time saver if you've ever copied and pasted text. For example, copying an address from an email into Maps or copying a paragraph from a web page into a note. Just tap once with one finger on a word and then drag across what you want to select. As you drag, you'll see the text highlight and a little menu pops up with options like copy, cut, or paste. You can drag across a single word, a whole sentence, or an entire paragraph, all with that same one finger motion. Once it's highlighted, tap copy, then go to wherever you want to paste it, a text message, an email, a note, and tap and hold with one finger until paste appears, and then tap that. It takes a little practice to get your finger to landing right on the text, but once you have the hang of it, it's way faster. Okay, the last tip is one of the most useful for anyone who does a lot of typing on their iPad, and it solves a really common frustration, trying to place your cursor exactly where you want it in a sentence. Whenever the keyboard is up, just put a finger down on the spacebar and hold for just a second. You'll notice the letters on the keys fade out slightly. That's your signal that the keyboard has now turned into a trackpad. Now, keeping your finger down, slide it around, and instead of typing, you're moving your text cursor around precisely, just like using a mouse on a computer. This is so much easier than trying to tap exactly between two letters with one finger, which usually takes 2 or 3 tries to land right. This way, you can glide the cursor exactly where you need it, then lift your finger off and start typing again right at that spot. If you write emails, texts, or notes on your iPad, this gesture alone will save you a lot of frustration. Okay, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered. 1, 4-finger swipe left or right to jump between open apps. 2, pinch all your fingers together to shrink back to the home screen. 3, swipe up from the very bottom edge to pop open the dock. 4, pinch your fingers together and hold to see everything open in the app switcher. 5, tap the top of the screen to jump back up instantly. 6, one-finger tap, hold and drag to select text. And 7, tap and hold the space bar on the keyboard to turn it into a trackpad for precise cursor control. These 7 gestures might feel new right now, but give yourself a few days of practicing them and they will become natural. And your iPad's going to feel a lot faster and easier to use. If this video helped you out, please consider subscribing. We're growing and we'd love to have you. I put out videos like this just about every week to help make technology a little less confusing. And if you got a question about this video or there's something you'd like me to cover in the future, drop it in the comments below. I read every one. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.